Welcome back for this week's Drill of the Week. The first several weeks we've been doing team transition drills, a lot of stuff that involved a lot of players. Today we wanted to give you something you can use with either a really small group or maybe even in a one-on-one session when you're working with your players that have to finish around the basket. So a couple of things about the RIP series. We use sets of 6, and I think it's very intentional, the number of shots that we attempt in this. 6 is how many games it takes you to win the NCAA tournament. This allows us as coaches, as we're talking through the drill, the first shot's the first round, the second round's the second, Sweet 16, the Elite 8, the Final Four, the National Championship. So when we're talking about a RIP, what we're looking for is a violent, no-move finish. We want kids being able to catch and get the ball in the goal. This is not one of the midline series that we have to catch and work on footwork. This is a simple basketball play of the ball is free, the ball is loose, it's a 50-50 ball, we get it and we get it back in the goal. I don't think enough players work on it. I don't think enough coaches emphasize it enough. But if you watch games, there are always 4 to 5 opportunities in a game that have nothing to do with the brilliant offense you've designed or the intricate set play that you've been working on for weeks. There's simply a loose ball. Somebody gets to it, and we try to make a play to the basket before the defense can get there. You make close shots with your eyes, so we're constantly telling our kids to pick up their target. That's why you'll see us change spots on the floor. Later in the season, we'll show you some other ways that we work on this. This is a glasses off drill. For me, I'm blind. I can't see when I take these things off. I can barely see you guys standing there. I certainly couldn't even identify our players without these. But this is a drill that I can hear, whether it was good or bad. It just sounds differently when it's done right. The ball is popped. The feet hit the floor a little bit harder. The steps, the dribble, the pounds, they just sound different. I can completely take my glasses off and determine whether or not that drill was good. Former players will know exactly what I'm talking about when I say a glasses off drill. The last thing I would tell you as a coach, do not, and I repeat, not chart the number of makes in this drill. Y'all know me. I am a numbers guy. I want to chart every single thing that we can. But on this one, I'm charting game likeness, their ability to be short, crisp, and violent. I'm not watching whether the thing goes in the goal. If you do that, they're not going to go as hard. If they think that they've got to make 6 or they're charting being compared to somebody that's going half speed, they're not going to go game-like. So we're constantly evaluating their effort and not their results. A process, not the results. So what you see here, again, we got 6 balls. We talk about 6 shots. We play 6 balls on the floor, various spots. On this drill, we're using the lane as our guide. You'll see that we've got a group of 3 players and a couple of really, really active managers. This becomes a rebounding drill, and like in some of the other drills that we've talked about, becomes a great conditioner as well in a small group. So there is no time on this. What we look for is the first player to snap, and they can go in any order they want. Some kids go all the way around the box. Some kids get the 2 low ones. Some kids get the 2 high ones. It's always kind of an interesting thing to see as a coach, but I don't care which order they go. I just like to watch what they decide to do. So when we say go, their job is to get all 6 of these balls into the basket as quickly as they can. You see Kiera rip and snap that first ball up. We're constantly talking to her about her footwork. No wasted movement. We don't want this right here. I would correct her. She took 2 steps right there in the same spot. Next rep, you'll see her. She'll plant a pivot foot, and this pivot foot will go this way at the basket. So there's no wasted movements. Better footwork the second time through. So after her 6th attempt, our next player goes. So here's Macy. She wasted a step on the turnaround. We'll get that out of her game. This is one of those areas where you can make up a half a step with good footwork, with an attention to detail, so that in a game, that lane is still there for the basket to be created and the defense hasn't closed out. Now we move the balls. Rather than going around the box, we're going to go out to the sidelines. We kind of use the three-point line as our guide. Here again, you're going to see Kiera start with the ball on the block, rip it up, sprint to the second one. If she needs the power dribble, that's fine. She'll certainly need one here. We're constantly making sure they don't travel. She probably shuffled her feet on that second one. We'll correct that when the set's done. You'll notice we don't stop as they're doing the drill. This is one of those things that we'll give them immediate feedback as they finish, but we don't want to constantly be stopping them and changing their tempo of the drill. We want them going as hard as they can go, as fast as they can function. This is Taylor Thomas, our freshman, going at it. This is a kid whose drill just sounds different. When you take the glasses off, that ball's being popped. When she snaps it, it pops into her hands. When she bounds, her feet just sound differently hitting the floor. Watch this move here, how quickly she can get it to the basket. Big step, power, finish. And again, we're encouraging not makes, but effort. We're judging process, not results. Now we move the 3 balls to an angle to where they have to just approach the basket with their eyes at a different target, a different angle. Still about the same distance, the same footwork, but that's just a different angle in which they would attack the basket. So you see Kara get the block, the mid, and her third shot on this side. This is a good angle for her. Her footwork's improving. She's still crossing over. We want to see her slide step, and we'll show her this on video shortly after. There was a wasted step and a pirouette. Step and slide. I'd love to be able to show you side by side. This is the first day we drilled this. Show you Kiara the next day and see the improvement. Video technology, you don't have to have a board like we have here. You've got your phone. 90% of us have a phone that's got a video camera on it. Video it, give them immediate feedback as soon as they do it. You'll start to see drastic improvements.